Okay, hello, welcome, or welcome back to my channel. If you've been watching me over the past couple of months, then you know that theoretically I am on a no-buy. I have once again broken said no-buy and made an order from e.l.f. and I thought I would share it with you because why not? Why not share my purchase of impulsivity with you today? Let's all share in the joy of my bad decision making. Okay, basically e.l.f. had a sale, like a deep sale. If you were like a member, I signed up for free. Anyway, whatever. I joined the e.l.f. squad and it was like deeply discounted, like 60% off. And I just couldn't help myself. All of these products I think were like under $5 when I bought them, and I've been feeling down, and apparently retail therapy is still my go-to vice. So anyway, let's just get into it. Some of these I justified in my mind because some of this is skincare and also things that I know I will use up and will inevitably have to buy anyway. So part of me justified my decision for that. Okay, let's just start with like some of the skincare that I got. So I got 2 cleansers. Again, I'm always going to use up a cleanser and I'm always going to repurchase a cleanser. So I was like, these I can easily justify. I got the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Watermelon Jelly Cleanser. I haven't used it yet. It's waiting in the wings for when my current cleanser runs out. So I will report back when I try this. And I also got the Holy Hydration Bounce Back Jelly Cleanser with coconut and aloe. This is specifically from e.l.f. Skin. I don't know. I reined it back a little bit on skincare. I had more things in my cart, but eventually I just decided on keeping it, not going too overboard. And then I got the Oil Control Liquid Lotion. I'm almost out of my current moisturizer, so I felt like this was a good place to get it for cheap. The lid is stuck in the bottom of the box, but you don't need that anyway. It just looks like this with a little pump. And I don't know, it's the middle of summer, so Oil Control Liquid Lotion sounded good to me. And then I also got a little sample of the Holy Hydration Eye Cream that I have not opened. Oh, and I've just ripped all my nail polish off, so please excuse my now very cracked and chipped nail polish. But yeah, the Holy Hydration Eye Cream. This was, I think, a little sample, but yeah. This again will be waiting in the wings for when I finish the eye cream I'm using now. Okay, and so now let's get into some of the makeup that I got. I got the e.l.f. obviously Mintmelt Cooling Face Primer. I tried this for the first time today. I'll probably keep this in the back of my collection until I use up some of the other primers that I have. I try to keep only 1 primer at a time, and now I have found myself with 3. Anyway, this feels very tacky on the skin. I'm gonna do a demo, kind of like first impressions of some things at the end of this portion, so you'll see it in action, but it smells like mint, which is an odd thing for a face primer to smell like, and it feels very tacky. I didn't have any issues with products going on over top of this, but I also haven't worn it for that long, so I can't tell you whether or not like it affects makeup wear time or anything. I also randomly got this bite-sized lip balm. This is in the shade or scent Coconut. I have been really wanting to get more like tinted lip balm type products just for everyday wear, because I find when I just do my makeup now, just, you know, on days when I'm not doing something for Instagram or YouTube, it's kind of just really easy to throw in a tinted lip balm so it doesn't look like your lips are entirely bare, but you still have like something going on. Anyway, I'm sure you all know the reason why anyone would want a tinted lip balm. And I've been using this over the past couple days, Smells like coconut, which I love. It doesn't have a very heavy tint though. This is it. It's very, very sheer. So I don't know, like if you want a lip balm that's gonna have a very slight tint and that's really cheap, okay. But is this better than any other tinted lip balm out there? Probably not. It's kind of nice to have something that I don't mind if I'm gonna lose, just to carry around with me to reapply, because this is so affordable. It stings a little bit less than a high-end lip product going missing in my bag for months on it. Not gonna lie. Okay, let's also just maybe go over, I got 3 setting sprays / face mists. I got the e.l.f. Plus Glow Dewy Mist. It says with coconut and argan oil. I've never really heard of this. I don't know. So I haven't used it yet, but again, waiting in the wings. So I have a stockpile now of setting sprays. I also got the e.l.f. Soothing Aloe Mist. Again, obviously e.l.f., but I used this today and I think it is a nice makeup kind of spray. It definitely takes away the powderiness of makeup. It gives a little bit of glow, but it's not a glowy, dewy spray, you know? But again, I've only used it once, so I can only say so much about it. And then this was kind of random, but for some reason at the time when I made this order, it really, really appealed to me. This is the facial oil mist. It's supposed to be the calming scent infused with lavender oil. They had a ton of these, and I don't know why. Typically this type of thing doesn't appeal to me, but at the time I was like, yes. And it's strongly scented of lavender. I don't know whether I would use this on my makeup, like over top of my makeup, or whether I would just spray this around my face. I don't know, but I have it and I'll figure it out. I'll probably use it once over makeup just to see, but it doesn't say anything about makeup on the actual like bottle, whereas the other ones did. But I mean, you can use anything for anything, can't you, if you want to? I'm just worried that it's gonna be like, I don't know, greasy. Let's see. I sprayed it onto my arm. No, it doesn't feel super greasy. Anyway, I will, as always, report back on how I get along with these mists and things. So I went, shocking to no one I'm sure, a little bit overboard on the blush genre of makeup. I thought that I bought 2 putty blushes. They weren't on sale, but I wanted to try them, but I didn't actually end up ordering them, so unfortunately I don't have them. But I bought 3 of these monochromatic multi-sticks. I've never heard anyone talk about them, so I wasn't sure if they sucked or not. I used this one today. This is in the shade Bronzed Cherry. I put another blush on over top of it, but honestly, I really enjoyed the way it went on. They're all quite glowy. So this is Bronzed Cherry. It's like a reddy kind of bronze color, and I liked the way it worked. I want to use it more, just to kind of further my thoughts on it, but first impressions wise, I thought it was nice. This is the shade Glowing Mango, which is like an orangey shade. And then the shade Glimmering Guava, which is like a coral. But I've been in the mood to try more cream blushes, so these were the shades that mostly caught my eye, and this product looked intriguing to me. So far so good, but again, we'll report back. The Bronze Cherry shade performed well. Like, I liked it. I think it's a really pretty shade. So we'll see how the rest of them go. And then the rest of the blushes I got are powder blushes. So I got all of the bite-sized blush duos were like $1 something. So I got all the rest of the ones that I didn't have, which I wouldn't recommend doing, but I'm never gonna try to be a model of what anyone should do in life or in any other capacity. But hey, so this is the shade Guava, which is like a coral. I got the shade Lychee, which is like a mauve blush. The shade Sliced Apple, Some of these I thought looked like they were going to be deeper on the website. This is the shade Coconut, which I was actually really excited for, but unfortunately half of the shimmer broke, but that's okay. It's like a neutral brown. The shade Cantaloupe, which looks really light, super light. I'm interested in that, but I don't know how that's actually going to work. And then the shade Pomegranate, which is like a berry. I have the shades Watermelon and White Peach already, and I know that I like the formula, so I was like, I've been in a blush mood. I haven't bought a new blush in so long, and I just ordered them all. And then I got 3 other blushes. This is just the regular, I think it's just like blush, like an e.l.f. blush in the shade Bright Pink. I have used this once, I think, already, and I actually really like it. I love bright pink shades like this, so I love the color, obviously. The compact is very like, this feels like the e.l.f. that you buy at like the dollar store. I don't know if that sounds shady, but it's just the truth. I liked it. I do feel like it faded a little bit, but I've only used it once. This is the Luminous blush, which I've never seen before in my life. I got this in the shade Radiant Peach. Haven't used it yet, but it looks like a really, really glowy blush that's a little bit sheer. Every time I try to swatch it, it almost feels like it's not really quite picking up product. This is it right here, the worst swatch ever, but it feels very much like a shimmery, sheer kind of blush topper, almost like a highlighter in a way. They have a deeper bronze shade, which could be a really pretty highlighter, but I don't know, it looks like a nice corally with a golden sheen kind of blush topper blush product. And then I got one of the primer infused blushes in the shade Always Rosy. I've heard so many people talk about these and how much they love them, so I wanted to buy it on sale. This is what I'm wearing on top of the bronzed cherry multi-stick today, and I really, really liked it. I felt like it went on really smooth, it builded well. I really enjoyed that product a lot. And then I got, I didn't really get that many eye products, but this was a free gift. This is the No Budge Shadow Stick in the shade Champagne Crystal. I used this on my eyes as a base today, and I wasn't super impressed by it. I had high hopes after swatching it. Here, I'll swatch it over the older swatch of this. Like, when you swatch it, I feel like it looks nice and like metallic, and it looks like it has like nice glitters in there, but it just felt a little bit lackluster on my eyes, even when I tried to layer it. I'm not a cream shadow really type person, so I am not the most versed in products like this, so keep that in mind, but I wasn't wowed by it at all. And then I got 2, these were like 80 cents, so I was like, okay, let me get them. The 2 satin eyeliner pencils. This is just in the shade Black, which actually doesn't have anything on the thing itself to say the name, but this is in Black. And then this is in the shade Golden Olive, which is like a metallic olive green, basically. Again, not super impressed. I used this in my waterline today. Buy it. It feels a little bit hard. It feels like it's already fading a little bit. So not my favorite eyeliner pencil that I've ever used in my life, that's for sure, but at least I didn't spend that much money on it. And then I also got a mascara. This is the Lash Extending Mascara in the shade Black. Again, it was quite inexpensive, so I decided I would just go ahead and get it and to try. I haven't used this yet because I typically don't like using more than one or having more than one mascara open at a time, but as always, I will keep you updated when I do try this mascara. And then for lip products, I got one lipstick. This is the Seriously Satin lipstick in the shade Creme. I'm wearing this today on the middle part of my lips. I do actually really like this. The packaging is really cheap. Like, I feel like e.l.f. has kind of almost their more improved like leveled up versions of their makeup. Like this primer feels nice and this blush is like a nice blush, you know what I mean? But then they have products like this and like this that feel like very, like they're gonna like feel like kids makeup almost. In terms of like packaging or whatever. This is actually, I've been in the mood and like kind of abstractly looking for more nude lipsticks for me, because I find it really difficult to find like really nude lipsticks, and I actually do like this. It's pinky though. I think more pink than I was anticipating. I don't really mind that. But it's like a milky light pink, and I honestly know I'm gonna get weird of this because I don't really have any lipstick that is this light. So I'm actually happy about that. And then I got 3 glosses, or 4 glosses actually, because I've been a little bit gloss crazy over the past couple months. The gloss that I'm wearing today is the Mintmelt Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Mint Sprinkle. I was really intrigued by this because it's like a green, it's like a duochrome gloss that has like green and blue and then it shifts pink. Very interesting. It does in fact show the green sparkle on your lips, I will say, and it is plumping. It's like it does smell like mint, but it's not a minty plump. Like it feels like there's like pepper or something in here to make it plumping, which I like. And I think it's interesting. Like I don't really, it doesn't scare me as much as I thought it might, having the like green sparkle in here. I don't know. I don't hate it for sure. It's not the shiniest, glossiest gloss I've ever used, and it's a little bit sticky, but I'm happy with it. I'll definitely use it. And then I also got 2 other plumping glosses. This is in the shade Peach Bellini. So this is quite a light, it's a very light, milky gloss. Okay, that's a horrible place to swatch. Let me just swatch this on my other hand. I swatched it just over my arm hair. Great. So it's just super light, and I again don't have anything like this, so I think I'm gonna get a ton of wear out of this gloss actually. Here, let me swatch the other one not over lipstick. So I don't know if you can see it, but to me in the mirror it looks green and sparkly. And then the other plumping gloss I got is the shade Pink Sugar, which is almost again like a duochrome. It's like a clear gloss, I think, with gold and pink sparkle. And this is also like the mint one, very sparkly. Like they're very sparkly and quite bright and weirdly shifty. Like this is a very shifty gloss. It almost has like an orangeness to it. It's kind of like a multi-chrome gloss in a way, which I think is interesting. Again, I'm just excited to have more glosses in my collection because I've been using them like absolutely non-stop. And then I just got one lip lacquer, which I think is just a regular kind of lip gloss in the shade Fantasy. So this is more of like a peachy shade. I think it's probably, I don't even know if I've swatched this yet. Probably gonna be sheer. Yeah, it's pretty sheer. It's just like a sheer kind of peachy gloss. I swatched it here underneath all of these other ones. It doesn't look super shiny, but we'll see once it actually gets on the lips. And then finally, I got some brushes. So this first one is the Fluffy Eye Blender brush. I used this today. It's fine, honestly, it's fine, but I'm not crazy about it. I don't love the shape. It's a little bit flat for me, but I think that's just from being in the packaging. So I think I'll like this more when I wash it, but it was super affordable. This brush I am so in love with, and I would highly recommend it already. I've been using it since I got it, and I can't stop. It's like my new favorite blush brush. This is the Feather Light Highlighting Brush. It's just the perfect density, size, shape for blush. I love it so much, and if I ever see this in store or I ever happen to place another order from e.l.f., I will buy this in a heartbeat, like multiple. I also got another of the buffing foundation brushes. I already have 2 of these. These are my favorite foundation brushes ever. What is this? Only on my channel would I fucking hold a brush like this. It's just perfect density. It blends any foundation out like a dream. I love them. So I was like, well, it's on sale, I might as well get it. I got a spoolie. I don't remember getting this, but it was in here, the Lash and Brow Wand, but I feel like my spoolies fall apart a lot because I use soap in them. So I don't know. I feel like it's always good to have a spoolie on hand. And then I'm really excited for this. I haven't used it yet, but this is the eye contour brush, and it's like kind of a bigger, slightly fluffy pencil brush, and I feel like this is going to be really great for packing on shadow or doing like halo eyes and stuff. I'm really looking forward to using this a lot. Okay, and then finally I forgot that this was in my bathroom, so I just went and got it. This is the lip exfoliator in the shade, or the scent Coconut. Anyway, it's just like a lip exfoliant in a little lipstick tube, and I've been enjoying it. I ran out of my lip scrub, and I didn't end up getting a new one, and then this was on sale, so I got it, and it's actually quite abrasive once you break through the initial layer, but I like it. It's super convenient to have something in like this tube form instead of like in a pot, but yeah. Okay, so without further ado, these are the products that I got. Honestly, I don't really feel bad. I never really feel that guilty about breaking my no-buy, which is kind of not great. But anyway, that's a conversation for another video. If you want to see some of these products in action, my first impressions, keep watching for the second portion of the video. Okay, so let's get into the try-on portion of this video. Very exciting. So I'm gonna kind of jump around based on, you know, what new categories I have or whatever. So I am just gonna start by priming with the Huda Beauty Matte Perfection Pre-Makeup Base, because I always use a mattifying primer just for makeup longevity. So I'm just gonna start with what I normally do. And then now I'm going to use the e.l.f. Mintmelt Cooling Face Primer. So this is a primer, obviously, that I got in this order. A lot of these are products that I've been interested in trying. Oh, of course, the recycling truck's outside. Hopefully that's not too loud. It really does smell minty, which feels kind of weird for a face product, and it's very like jelly like in the way that it comes out in the consistency, and it does feel ever so slightly sticky. Yeah, a little sticky, a little kind of grippy. Does it feel cooling? I don't know, not really. Maybe a little bit, but I really like the color though. The packaging is nice. So I'm just gonna do my foundation now. This is not an e.l.f. foundation. This is just the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. This is one that I'm trying to use up, and also one that I know I like and really doesn't give me many issues no matter what kind of makeup prep I do or primer or anything like that. It's a very good workhorse foundation. But I am going to use the e.l.f. Buffing Foundation Brush. This is one I already have because it's the best foundation brush I've ever used. So far it seems to be going on, or like blending on top of the primer fine. I was worried that it might get, looks like I burnt my forehead a little bit, oops. But I was worried it might get a little bit patchy because that primer is tacky, but it looks fine. And it does, I feel like it is making my foundation look a little bit like more luminous, a little bit glowy, which I prefer. Like, I don't mind that at all, but it definitely, this foundation naturally, like just by itself, is a little bit just pretty, not super super matte, but more of a matte than anything. It doesn't have a lot of radiance to it by itself, so that's definitely coming from the primer. I'm just gonna go over this with a sponge just to help it soak in a little bit more. Yeah, I'm happy with the way that looks, but half of a primer's job is how it wears anyway, so. Okay, I'm just gonna do my brows and prime my eyes, and then we can do some eyeshadow together. Okay, so I've just primed my eyes, did my brows and all that stuff, so I'm going to use one of the only e.l.f. palettes that I have, the e.l.f. Electric Mood Actiana Major 9 Feeling Lucky palette. That's a long fucking name. I also have the like Mad for Matte 2, I think, eyeshadow palette, but I'm just gonna use this one. I don't use it enough. There's some bangers in here, and then there's some not so bangers. As the kids say. So now I'm first gonna take the shade Latte. I'm kind of just gonna speed through this, you know, because it's not necessarily about this palette, it's more about the new things that I bought. But I wanted to feature this No Budge shadow stick in the shade Champagne Crystal. I don't really know how, because I'm not really a shadow stick user, but I'll figure it out. But I think I'm just gonna do like my mattes first to create a base, and then kind of see how that goes on. And I'm also gonna use this e.l.f. Obviously it's e.l.f. but the fluffy eye blender brush. This looks quite big. I normally use, I don't even know, a Morphe M441. So this is actually a little bit smaller. You probably can't even see that, but whatever. I'm just gonna try to use this and just see. But yeah, I'm just gonna take Latte and run it through my crease just as my first transition shade. I think I'm just gonna go pretty neutral today, and my eye eczema is not looking great. So that's super fun. Okay, so this brush works fine. Like, I didn't have any major issues with it. It's not my favorite, but for the price I paid, it'll be a brush to use when all my other brushes are dirty, you know? It's always good to have one of those. So I'm just gonna deepen my crease. What shade do I want to use? I'm just gonna go in with the shade Braided, which is just this brown, warm brown. I'm just gonna put this through my outer corner and my crease. Again, nothing too crazy. And then I'm going to take the shade Browning. Yeah, these names are so hard to read. And just use this to deepen my crease. Okay, so now I'm going to, I think, I really haven't decided whether or not I'm gonna cut my crease, but I think I'm just gonna use this stick. It's very champagne. Obviously the name is Champagne Crystal, but I feel like it's light enough that, I don't know, I could just put it all over my lid and it will give me like enough of an effect that I wouldn't need to cut my crease. And I have this flat eyeshadow brush that's actually really nice, and I'm gonna maybe use this to blend it out. I don't know, we'll just see. I don't think I've ever used a stick like this before. Anyway, I'm just gonna put this on my lid. Where I typically put eyeshadow. It's nothing too crazy in terms of like sparkle or shine or anything when you actually put it on your lid. Like, it looks nice, really nice when you swatch it out. But it kind of just looks like a meh eyeshadow when you get it on here. I'm just kind of blending the edges a little bit with my brush. It's fine. If you like something like this, it might be better just like by itself, you know? On your eye, just kind of like for a nice little natural, no makeup kind of look that I pretty much never go for. It's just like a nice little champagne eyeshadow, nothing too sparkly or too crazy. So I think it's just probably going to depend on the person and whether or not you like this. Obviously it's affordable, and I think this was like a free gift for me, so I paid no money. Well, okay, I had to pay money to get it, but you know what I mean. I didn't actually order this. So it's fine. I'll find ways to use it. But I don't know that I would like run out and go recommend this. There are probably similar products that do similar things that are better. It's my instinct. But I am going to put eyeshadow on top of this because I fear that it will crease because it's like a cream product. What do I want to do? I'm going to take the shade Pound Coin, which is, in my opinion, the best shade in the palette. I'm just going to pick this up on my finger and just tap this over the shadow in the center of my eye. It does give like a nice little sticky base, I guess, for other shadows. And then I'm going to take the shade Peach Champagne right here and put this in the front half. I'll have to give you updates in like a pinned comment or the description box or anything to see if this creased. I feel like it'll probably be fine because I put powder shadow on top of it, but you never know. Okay, so a nice little neutral look going on. I'm just gonna do some blending and then I will do my concealer and my cream bronzer and contour because unfortunately I ran out of my e.l.f. putty bronzer. But I do have some other cream products to use, so I'll finish up that and then be back to continue on with my face. Okay, so I've done my concealer, my base products. Everything that I used will be in the description box. I also used a liquid highlighter. This is the Sephora Radiant Luminizing Drops in the shade Morning Light. Just because the highlighter from e.l.f. that I'm going to use, like the powder highlighter, I want a little bit more from it, so I typically use a base underneath it just to amp it up a little bit more. But I'm going to use some of these e.l.f. Monochromatic multi-sticks, or one of them at least, for cream blush. I think I'm really drawn to the shade Bronzed Cherry, so I think I'm going to use that today. And typically when I use cream blush, I like to use my finger. So I'm just going to try that today. It doesn't always work. Some are better with a finger than others, but with creams especially, I find that finger is typically the best way. These multi-sticks are all pretty shimmery, which I don't mind, but I don't hear anyone ever talk about them, even though cream blush is such a huge thing right now, so I don't know if they suck or what. And it doesn't look like it's lifting at my base products at all, and I like to layer my blush, so I feel like I always really, just by the inherent nature of my makeup application, I put products really to the test, especially cream blushes. Alright, I have no complaints about that at all. I'm just gonna go over that with my sponge just to try to make sure everything's nice and blended in. It might have lifted my foundation up a tiny bit, but nothing too bad. I'd have to use it again to really know, but I think it doesn't look patchy or anything, so that's good. So I'm just gonna powder and then I'll be back to finish up. Okay, so I've powdered, I put my powder bronzer on. Everything's looking actually good. This side looks good. This side looks a little bit patchy, but I think it's just because my cream highlighter went on a little funky. You never know how things are gonna go, but I'm definitely not mad at the way things are looking. Like, I don't think it's necessarily the fault of this cream product. So now I'm gonna go in with setting spray. I have 3 options and I really don't know what to do. I'm so conflicted. I kind of want to use this Glow Dewy Mist, but I'm kind of scared. So I might try this Soothing Aloe Mist just to see how it actually works as a makeup spray, because it says soothes skin. Oh my god, soothes skin and refreshes makeup with vitamin E and cucumber. So it does say that. Okay, so here we go. Oh. Oh my god, I opened my mouth. I should not have done that. It has like a relatively fine spray, but it is like powerful, you know? It shoots with power. And e.l.f. has they make 2 of like my favorite setting sprays, so yeah, it feels a little bit glowier, but nothing too crazy. So definitely does add a little bit of moisture to your skin depending on your preference. Now for highlight, I'm going to use an e.l.f. product that I already have. This is the e.l.f. Shimmer Highlighting Powder in the shade Starlight Glow. It's fine. Like, it's just okay, but I wouldn't tell anyone to like go out and get it. It's like a soft gold, and it definitely needs like something underneath it, in my opinion, for my preference, to give the intensity that I want. So here it looks, it's gonna look better than it does by itself. Okay, and I definitely am spoiled for choice in terms of blush. So I kind of want to use this primer infused blush in the shade Always Rosy, if I can open it. I think that might look nice. Or this like radiant blush in the shade Radiant Peach also might be nice. Hold on. Because I feel like you can kind of go either way with this cream blush I have. This is the shade Spiced Apple in the Bite Size Blush Duo. That could look nice as well, but I kind of want to use the primer infused blush today just to see how it works. I've heard so many people rave about these blushes, and this is the e.l.f. High Feather Highlighting Brush. I can't stop using this for blush. It's so good. So I'm using the primer infused blush in the shade Always Rosy. Oh, that's nice. It's definitely pigmented and buildable. it's really nice. A good call to go with a matte blush because I feel like I'm looking pretty glowy. Oh, I love this. That's super nice. And this brush, I want to buy like 4 more. It's the perfect size blush brush and shape and density. It's really, really good. All right, so that is a definite hit. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly finish up my eyes. Nothing too major. I'm just gonna use all the shades that I used in my crease underneath my eyes. Now I'm gonna take the shadow stick and put this on my inner corners. Again, like, it swatches really nice, but I find once you actually like get it on your eyes, it's just okay. Should I put this a touch on my brow bone? And then I'm just gonna put some highlighter, just the highlighter that I used on my face, over top of that, just to amp it up a little bit more because it's not giving me the oomph that I want. And then finally, I'm just gonna take the black from the palette, the shade Heart of Man, and just deepen my outer corners with this. Okay, so this is where I'm going to leave it now because I've run out of products that I'm going to use. So I'm going to hop off camera, finish up my face. I probably won't do my lips on camera because I don't do that ever. And then I'll just be back to show you the finished look and conclude the video. Okay, so this is the finished look. On my lips, I have the NYX lip liner in Espresso, the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Sandstorm, and then I have the e.l.f. Mintmelt Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Mint Sprinkled because I was just super curious about how it looked, but I also have the e.l.f. lipstick in Creme. Seriously Satin Lipstick in Creme. This is a lipstick that I bought, so quite a lip combo. This gloss, definitely, I was curious as to whether it would actually look green on my lips, and it does. You can see the green sparkle. I don't think it looks like overly horrendous, especially layered over like regular or like nude colored lip products, but it's kind of fun. I don't know, and it definitely has like a spicy plumping effect, which I love. So I'm gonna leave this video here because I've kind of already gone over my thoughts and the first impressions and then also the previous part of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed my impulse purchase, and if you want to stick around, I upload typically 3 videos a week, and I would love to have you back. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!